Hey Facebook friends, happy November. It's November the 1st. And so this morning I was having a conversation with someone and we were talking about goal setting. And every single month I encourage the people on my team to set goals. And it came up to question, why is goal setting so key in becoming a success? And so I thought I would come on today and I would share with you some of the things that I have learned about goal setting and some of the practices that I use on the first of every month to set achievable goals and to make dreams a reality. So why is goal setting important? Well, setting goals is key to success because without goals, we really don't know where we're going. When we go through that intentional effort of voicing out loud our dreams and then translating those dreams into goals with concrete action steps, then we have a plan. We have a vision of, where we're going and how we're going to get there. Goals help us to see that big picture and every step along the way. There was a time in my life when I was much younger that I thought I knew what it meant to set goals, but I didn't realize that just seeing that big picture, that prize at the end, that wasn't enough. The big picture gives us the vision and the hope for what life will be like when we reach our goals, but it's the action steps along the way that keep us motivated and keep us focused. So achieving each small step is what fuels our desire to keep going towards that big picture. So let's say, as an example, you wanted to lose 100 pounds. Okay, so that's your big picture. But if you focused on only that, you might not get very far because that's just so out there and so almost seems not attainable. However, if you actually dive into goal setting, you would see that you need to break that down into smaller steps, such as losing the first 5 pounds. And then with each of those stepping stones, you have to create action items, such as, working out 3 times a week or sticking to a diet or a meal plan. The intentional act of setting the goals makes us think about what it is that we want to achieve, why it's important to us, and how we're going to make it happen. There's a lot of noise in the world, so it's very easy to get sucked into a bunch of things that don't really matter to us. So the very act of taking the time to write down our goals actually helps us take that pause and evaluate not only what it is that we want to achieve, but why it is that we want to achieve it. We have to think about our why and our purpose. Although it's possible to still pursue your goals that aren't truly important to us, taking the time to work on the goals that are important to us helps us to remind us what we really value. So you need to implement a goal setting routine, and what better day than today, because it's the first of the month. It's a brand new start. So the first thing I have as a suggestion is, goals require time. So you need to block off a period of time in your calendar to work on your goals. You want to work on your daily, weekly, monthly, semi-annually, and annual goals. And then you need to take that time to remove those distractions and dedicate this time to yourself and to your own development. Now, once you've set aside that time, the second thing is be honest with yourself. Start by focusing on what it is that you want to achieve and why you want to achieve it. Don't start by focusing on the how, because that's when it becomes overwhelming. Just be honest with yourself about what it is that you want. Start there. Now that you're clear on what you want, you have to start outlining sub-goals and action steps. If one of your goals is to read, 20 books before the end of the year, then you need to start by deciding what books it is that you're going to read, how many pages a day you're going to read, and then when you're going to set aside the time to read those books. Those are your sub-goals and your action steps. The next thing is you want to evaluate your resources. What do you realistically need to achieve the goals you desire? So, for instance, if you're in a business and you want to build your email list to 10,000 subscribers, well, the first thing you're going to need is an email marketing software. You need to make a list of what you need, what you actually already have, and what resources would be nice to have, but they can wait for the time being. So write down your goals and then review them daily. This isn't a, set it down, write it down, walk away, and never look at it again. Your goals actually have to be fresh in your mind on a daily basis so that each day you can take those steps forward towards achieving those goals. So if you can't remember what it is that you're going after, you're likely not going to make much progress. I'm a paper and pen kind of person. I like to have it written in a notebook that I can look at every day. A lot of people like to put them on their phones in their notes section, something that you're going to bring up and you're going to continue to look at. And the last thing is if you can, be accountable to someone. Tell someone what your goals are and then follow up with them each week or bi-weekly. Even if you're the most motivated person in the world, having that external accountability person and that perspective from someone else can be really helpful in keeping you on track and giving you another insight to your overall achievement plan. Setting goals is a great way to make your dreams a reality. I hope you found this helpful. If you're somebody that takes the time to set goals, write out action steps and a plan, please feel free to comment below. And if you think this is something that will help somebody else out there, please feel free to share it, like or comment. I always appreciate all of the comments. I hope you all have a fantastic first of the month and a great rest of your week, and I'll talk to you all soon.